Oh, is that Fox? Oh, what up, Fox?
Hey, Elle. What's up, bud?
Hey, homie.
I had to come on Dan's show to see you.
Oh, she sounded so much
know.
happier to see you than to see us, and we
No,
greet her with
no.
This is offensive.
It was
to
shocking.
Me. This
I
is hurtful
expect to
me.
see Dan.
This is hurtful to me. What just happened there is I was just gonna greet her. I was getting ready in my head. I'm gonna greet her with "Elle yeah," but instead she just gravitates immediately to Foxworth and greets him with more enthusiasm than she's ever had to see me, us, or anyone around here.
It's so not true. It's the fact that I fully expect I'm going to see Dan Le Batard on the Dan Le Batard Show, not Fox. And Fox never invites me on his podcast anymore. I think him and Charlie clearly have something that they're doing where they just want to ban me from their show. And I don't have a show anymore to invite him on. So this is a fun surprise.
Smart redirection right there. You knew I was coming for you and say that you rejected us the last couple of times we invited you. So you preemptively blamed us.
The best redirection since Mike Ryan still hasn't answered for your Golden Cane criticism. I'm hoping we get it at some point before.
I'm sorry I didn't answer. When's the last time that I Golden Caned it?
When we get to pitch clock,
to Santa Fe.
Before we get to pitch clock, I need to play this sound that proves to the audience and everyone listening to this that not only is Elle just thrilled to see Dominique and less thrilled to see the rest of us, she doesn't even know who Chris Cody is.
Oh, hey, what's up, Greg?
I was just telling her, people do this to me at Panthers game now. I'll walk by someone, oh, hey, what's up, Greg?
And what did I say? You need to just go by Cody. Like, I think that's probably like the fail-safe there.
Or learn my name.
Either way. Learn his name. There's already a Cody.
Wow, Jesus.
Because that won't be confusing. Just learn his name.
This is what
He's
happens.
Chris.
This is what happens.
I know Chris is a tough one.
Yeah.
But,
Oh, hey, what's up, Greg?
I've told you this. If it makes you feel better, everyone calls me Ellie, and I don't correct them. It's just like, it's fine. I'm a big fan, Ellie. I'm like, clearly you watch my show on mute.
Your thoughts last night on all things Pacers here, because I understand that 2-1 doesn't mean anything and that OKC has been better all year. But it is fair to ask, I think, hey, OKC, when have you been tested by somebody who has proven to you that they can beat you and now is up to, you're in trouble. OKC is in trouble and needs to win. Your thoughts on what happened yesterday? Because I think it's that Indiana's not merely a surprise. I think that also last night was a surprise.
Yeah, no, I think everyone predicted it would be the Benedict Mathurin game. What do you mean, Dan? Yeah, I think I'm actually in Indianapolis covering this for SportsCenter. And by the way, I was today years old when I found out Naptown, their nickname is not because it's a sleepy town, which is what I assumed, but short for Indianapolis. So I'm learning all kinds of things. I think, honestly, it was all of the things that we had said. The Pacers had only played one good quarter in this entire series and led for 2 minutes in this whole series, and they needed to fix everything. Their turnovers, they needed Tyrese Halliburton to step up and assert himself, because a big part of their issues was his passivity. And you want a great facilitator. He always says that's what he's his first goal is just to dish, but he also needs to assert himself, and he did that. And then they needed help from everyone not named Tyrese Halliburton. And the pendulum really swung because in game 2, the Thunder bench scored 48 points. They shot 51% from the field. They were ridiculous. And it completely went the other way yesterday. It was the Pacers bench that was great. They kept that pace that they had not been able to do particularly well. Tyrese was finally driving, and then they turned OKC over a ton. So, yeah, I think if you're the Thunder, you're feeling some kind of way. I did think the Pacers would win this game. I thought that it was their best opportunity for this series to go at least 6 or 7 games. And the energy and it had been 25 years and all those other storylines that went into it. But yeah, the Thunder are certainly in trouble. We did, Dan, do, on SportsCenter, the whole thing that everyone does, the winners of game 3 in a tied series in the finals have won 33 times compared to just 8 losses. But in recent history, that's not really been the case. And so the Thunder absolutely, I think, are still going to be the favorites to win this thing. It's just that it's not going to be in 5 anymore. It's going to have to probably be in 7.
Who was that person with the shoulders? What is that thing that we do? What is the
That's an anchor. That's a broadcaster using all the same sig notes.
Okay,
that
so
we all have.
33 and 8 in these games, but it doesn't mean anything. I'm just doing my happy anchor dance. I think that Chris Cody had the best take I've heard, and I haven't heard a better one off of last night's game, which is the following. That someone named Benedict Mathurin looks like T.J. McConnell, but someone named T.J. McConnell is more likely to look like Benedict Mathurin.
100%. If you just hear Benedict Mathurin and you have never seen him, you would think it would be like some French dude, or like some like some guy that looks European. And in fact, I can confirm he is a black person. So saw him in the flesh.
Excellent. Confirmed. Thank you, Greg. It was
Journalism.
It was a great point by you.
It was.
But the Pacers winning this part, right? We did not spend this season talking about Curry and LeBron and the idea that this would all get toppled possibly in 2 games by T.J. McConnell, Neesmith, Nembhard, and perimeter. Perimeter defense, and Halliburton, a very nice star according to everybody about 6 months ago, maybe 3 months ago.
Yeah, I think I was actually really confused by this idea, though, that nobody was going to want to watch this series. And I know the numbers have not been fantastic and that these are 2 small market teams. A lot of times, and this, it's our job to sell storylines, even if there isn't really any. We just have to manufacture them. But it feels like there are really good storylines. But this also goes back to the ultimate point that I try to make whenever fans air their grievances about how all we ever do is talk about the Lakers, even if they're not good. We only talk about the Cowboys. We only talk about. I'm like, you all control that. And the idea that you've got these young superstars, the youngest team we've ever seen in the NBA Finals, this Canadian, this hood/Canadian kid, which just the polarity of that alone is wild to me, who is this MVP, who is like this otherworldly star. And then you've got the Pacers and the Reggie Miller sort of history, and they've never won. They've only won ABA. It's supposed to be prime for all of those fans that say we don't show love to anyone else, that we're not building towards the future, that what happens when LeBron and Steph retire, and then you guys aren't watching in the same way that you would watch if it was LeBron, or Steph Curry playing in the finals, or the Celtics, or any of these sort of legacy teams. So I go back to the point of this is what we're talking about. This is why we always try to push those teams on you, because that's what you consume. That's what you like. And if you really want to usher in a new era of the NBA, then you need to embrace this series and watch it. It has not been largely competitive outside of the end of game 1. Game 2 was a blowout. Yesterday was a good game. It was a competitive game from beginning to end. It was good. It's fun to watch. These teams score and they run. And I don't know. I don't know how else we sell this.
You know what's good and fun to watch? Elle Yes or Elle No. Are you ready to play it with us? Because I have other sports questions, but first I want to play Elle Yes or Elle No. Do we have any fanfare? Do we have any? Does this have any accompaniment, or we've done no imaging on
Little
this?
heads up on this would have been nice.
Okay. Well, she was joining us.
She provides it by saying, "Elle yeah."
Okay. All right. All right. I've got some fanfare here. I don't know.
Okay.
All right. Socks with sandals. Elle Yes or Elle No.
Elle no. And I will add on, if you are a man, I don't want to see your toes unless you're walking into water. So I just say Elle no to socks with sandals, and Elle no period to men with their toes out. It's so gross.
Hell yeah. Thank you.
Closed toe
Put them
shoes
away.
no matter what.
I have nice toes.
No, she
Yes.
said water.
No, you don't.
Walking into water, walking into the pool, walking out of the gym, fine. I don't want you at work with your toes out. It's disgusting. It really bothers me. It's gross. Stop.
Roy,
Hair on your feet.
This vigorous applause by you. This vigorous applause in support of against male toes. What are you doing?
I hate man feet.
He's so anti-man feet that
Yes.
I think there's something going on there.
What? What?
Do you have bad feet, Roy?
What are you accusing him of?
I think he really likes man feet.
No, I
Whoa!
don't. What? No, I do not.
Wow.
Whoa!
I am anti-man feet.
What an accusation! What kind of accusation is that from you? You don't know that he's a closeted man footer.
Sorry.
Roy, answer the question. Elle yes or Elle nah?
I feel the same way about Sidney Crosby. That's how much I hate man feet.
So Elle nah.
That's a
putting me
sentence
down
that's
as
probably
Elle
never
nah.
been said before.
It's just strange. It's the whole thing is
I
strange.
feel the same way about my men's feet as I feel about Sidney Crosby.
I'm with you. That's the first time that's
never
ever
been
been uttered.
I love that
Maybe in
parallel.
parts of DC.
Words have never been put together in that order by anyone before and spoken. That's the
That's
first
tough
time
to do in
that's
this day and age.
I did it. Thank you.
Fist me.
Yeah, that's why I'm a hockey writer. That's why I'm in the.
Oh, he's a
association.
writer.
It is why. All right, Elle yes or Elle no. You can be a voter and a writer in a writing association if you have not yet written an article. Elle yes or Elle no.
Ooh, hell no. Like what? Don't you have to put in like a little bit of work? Like don't you have to just like try like a touch, even a fluff piece? Like if you're gonna have an opportunity to vote and represent the Writers Association, you should probably write.
Yes.
What do I know? I'm not a writer.
Which has happened.
Hell yeah.
See, you guys are poorly framing the
No,
question.
he wrote it after he gained
Fox,
entry.
did you do this, Fox?
No,
Did you do this, Fox?
No. I've written plenty of
That was a
things.
wonderful answer. Let me just say, Elia, to you.
It's
lovely
Roy.
to have you on the show.
It's
Thank
Roy.
you so much.
I write all the time.
Oh, Roy, you're a writer now. Aw.
That was dismissive. Oh
No, it's cute.
That's adorable, Roy.
Oh, they had us in that first half. But we came back.
No,
Roy, let me
I
pinch your
love
cheeky
it.
little writer. Come here, you're so adorable, little writer. Come here, you little writer.
No.
What a comeback.
No, it's just usually people start with writing and then they like
They write
expand to
usually,
producing.
Yeah,
or...
no. Perfectly
you were doing
logical.
right.
Yes, you're absolutely right. Usually, typically, they start with writing and then they're granted. You know what? Perfect answer, El. Thank you.
Listen,
Wow, the Warriors blew a 3-1 lead.
Listen, I was
I love
invited
you, Roy.
into the Professional Hockey Writers Association by the chapter chair in the region. So
Oh, the
I was
chapter
invited.
chair.
So thank you very much.
The chapter chair.
Well, never mind then.
Okay. L, the sound of pity.
Roy,
I'll take it.
take that
No,
L,
no.
spelled E-L-L-E.
Get us that chapter chair.
I will take the pity and the W. Thank you very much.
It was very condescending. I'm sorry, Roy. I didn't mean it that way. I kind of did, but oh my bad.
I wrote an op-ed.
It just was like I'm proud of you.
After.
An op-ed sounds impressive.
Yeah.
It does.
It is impressive.
It does sound
It's very
cute.
courageous to give your opinion, Roy.
You're so brave, Roy.
It was a political opinion,
One
too. So
person that showed courage on this show today, let it be known, it was Mike Ryan Ruiz, and he has been justified.
I'm horrified by everything that's happened here. Most horrified at all by you bellowing into the screaming something about a committee chair.
He was invited by the committee chair.
I know people.
Sounds impressive.
Roy, if it makes you feel bad, let me self-own. If it makes you feel bad, I am still a member of SAG, and the only thing I've ever done with my acting career is be an extra and ride along. So there you go. So I'm not really befitting of that honor either.
well, you still got your
And I still
SAG
take
card.
it. Yeah, and I still pay that check.
Yeah, that's true.
L yes or L no, cold pizza.
The show.
The show.
The show.
Not the show.
Yeah.
Nobody even
Oh.
remembers the show.
Oh, we all remember the show.
No one remembers
Jay
it.
Crawford.
I remember cold pizza with Jay Crawford. Yeah,
Ah,
I
Jay
remember
Crawford.
cold pizza.
All right, that's not how you play L yes or L no.
What's he up
Yeah.
to?
I'm not.
Jay Crawford?
El no. Oh, yeah, El no to edible cold pizza. I love Jay Crawford. He's a
think
good
he's back
dude.
in Cleveland.
El no to cold pizza.
Is that the birthplace of First Take, right?
He is living his best life.
What a hit. This has been great.
It was. That was the
Yellow diamonds
first.
Look like people.
Yeah, it burst that.
Cold pizza, you're going L no on. You got pizza has to be warm for you.
Yeah, I have a thing. I hope this doesn't make me sound like a 2%er. I've always been this way. I don't like leftovers. I don't like them. I think they're disgusting and I won't eat them. So that would involve cold pizza as well. I don't
Put
do
it on the poll at LeBatard Show. Do you hate leftovers? This is a bit of a shocker, is it not? Who hates leftovers?
Elle Duncan. L.A.
L yes
I don't
or
know.
L no, the Real Housewives series.
Oof. So I was actually on the Real Housewives a couple times, and I was like somewhat trying to be recruited to be like a friend, you know, not a cast member, but a friend of the cast member. And for Cynthia, this is 15 years ago when I was still living in Atlanta. And I remember saying to them specifically, like, I want to be like a sports broadcaster. Like, I don't really think that this is the way to do that. And they were like, no, this is great publicity. This is great for you. People will figure out who you are. And I was like, has anyone ever gone from doing this to being on like ESPN? And they were like, no. I was like, then I'm all set. I'm out on it just because I know how fake it is. I've been on it a few times. I know how manufactured all of it is. Like literally takes. It's not just that they feed you lines and things like that. It's that if they don't like how it went, they'll redo it 3 or 4 or 5 times. And so, yeah, I'm not in on it.
Wow.
I don't watch it.
You unmasked the entire industry right there. Hell
Christmas
of a
has been
job.
ruined.
L yes or L no, Paige Beckers will win a WNBA title before Caitlin Clark.
Ooh. I love Paige Beckers. It will not be because of anything she's done, but have you seen Dallas play? Hell no. Like the Fever actually built to win a championship this year. They got derailed, obviously, with Caitlin getting hurt, but like that's a championship caliber team. That is not what's happening in the Wings. So I'll say L no to that.
Coco Gauff will win 10+ majors. L yes or L no?
21. She has 2 in the 6 years. So I'm like just trying to do the math if she keeps up with her average. 10. That's a lot. L yes. L yes.
Look at that.
Yeah.
Confident and positive.
Yeah.
But
Yes.
it sounded
Yeah.
like you were trying to talk yourself into it. It didn't. It sounded like you're rooting for it, but if you had to bet on it, you'd
She
bet
realized
on it
that there was no winning in saying L no.
Yes,
But in her heart,
right. In fact, I'm calling L no bullshit on L yes.
I don't want her after she wins her 10th major to like pull this up and be like, you never believed in me. I believe in her. I really, really do. I just think that we're a little bit poisoned by Serena, who is just rattling off majors all the time. And like I said, she's won 2 and she's been around for about 6 years now. So at that pace, like, maybe not. But I think based on what I saw at the French Open, like if she can kind of pick up some momentum, sure. Yeah, I'm hopeful.
L yes or L no, a soup has to be warm.
Oh, hell yes. Ew, like not warm soups or like gazpacho.
Ugh.
Who eats that?
Why do you
Gross.
say that?
No, yeah.
Thank you. Borscht.
You guys eat that?
No. I'm with you. People
Oh.
think they're making me,
Yeah.
they're shaming me about saying soup has to be warm or it's not soup.
It's like
And
saying
then-
a writer has to be a
Yeah,
writer
it's not.
before they're a writer. It's crazy. I like you as the arbiter. You've done us no wrong.
No, if it's not warm, it's like baby food. It's just puree. It's just like a smoothie. Of course it has to be warm. I don't understand how that's a thing.
Thank you. I thank you.
But we listed some cold soups and they make sense. Like, yes,
Listen,
no one
she
disagrees.
decided-
What are cold
she
soups?
decided.
I forget them.
Gazpacho. There's like a
Or-
strawberry.
So they're
sauce.
memorable then.
Chilled avocado soup,
Yeah.
coconut curry soup, chilled saffron and almond soup, a curried yogurt soup. These
None of
were
that sounds
all
good.
out of
None of that sounds
Jessica's
I feel like
soup book.
the yogurt's just yogurt, right? I mean,
Yeah, it's
cold
just
yogurt soup.
All right. She agreed with you. Take yogurt off the list.
Elle, nice seeing you. Always nice
Very
seeing
nice
you.
seeing
I
you.
should
Same.
tell people, by the way,
Same.
she's the host of ESPN's Vibe Check. It premiering exclusively on Disney Plus later this month.
Vibe Check.
Happy to see her voice in more places. Always nice seeing you, Elle. Thank you for making the time.
Dan, thank you so much,
Yes,
Dan.
that's
Hi.
such. She's a
I'm
fraud.
here for it.
She's a fraud. She's a fraud. Pitch clock is next.
Welcome to the Pitch Clock. Here's the pitch. A 2-part baseball segment combining a nostalgic baseball trivia game and an interview with an expert. This is the Pitch Clock. The Pitch Clock is back again here on a Thursday.
Ah, Roberta.
Yeah, there's our typical intro with Chris Cody.
Gotta be
We
confusing.
obviously
has to be confusing to June.
Yeah, of course. Well, and that's what I wanted to mention. Chris Cody's here. I'm here. June Lee is back with us for another week, except this time, instead of being our 2025 MLB expert, we are subjecting him to Taylor's trivia.
Yeah.
So, Taylor is here. Taylor, please explain the trivia game we are about to play with me, Chris, and June.
This is a new one. So you guys will be given 5 categories, one at a time. For each one, you just need to give one answer that you think fits. The number of points you get is based on what they did in the category. So if the category was 2024 home runs and you guessed Ohtani, you would get 54 points for that round.
Wow. Okay. This is insane.
The catch is if you guys write the same answer as another person, no points.
Whoa. Okay, it cancels itself out. So unique choices here are important as well.
At least it's not confusing for
Yeah.
June's first time.
Yeah, this is super not confusing at all. All right, Taylor. So let's do this. First category, first stat that you want us to look at.
2006 runs scored.
Okay. 2006 runs scored.
2006.
I'm gonna go ahead.
I gotta be honest here. This is like a ball went out on me situation. I saw what Jeremy wrote.
You did?
Yeah.
So it's the name that I have.
Well, wouldn't you think I'd want to put the name that you have? Anyways, we're getting bogged down.
I don't think so. All right, June.
Let's
do
reveal the names.
Yeah. Do you have a name written down, June?
I have the name Ichiro.
Oh,
and then I
that's a good
have
one.
very little frame of reference for what number could be plausible here. So I just put down 157.
I like that you put a number.
Yeah.
I didn't put a number.
Yeah.
I'm fascinated to see.
I put Alex Rodriguez.
And I put Derek Jeter, which is the name that Chris definitely originally put and then crossed out.
Which is just helping you.
That's fine. Yeah, no, it's good for everybody.
So June is going to get 110 points for Ichiro. Chris Cody is going to get 113 points for A-Rod. And then Jeremy is going to get 118 points for Derek Jeter after one round. Those are three pretty good guesses.
That actually helped me.
That felt pretty good.
If
you had done Jeter, we'd be down by 100 points.
If I just see the paper sitting there, I'm going to glance at it.
All right, I understand.
And you circled it?
I thought you said cheaters never prosper. And now our 2025 baseball expert is here. We have Kylie McDaniel. You can follow him on Twitter at KylieMCD. He's an ESPN baseball insider. Thank you for joining us. I'm very happy that you're here. And let's just dive into it with the College World Series. We finally got the 8-team set headed to Omaha for the final round of the College World Series this weekend, kicking off action. So what have been some of your favorite moments that have led to here, and who have been some of the teams and stars worth watching during this tournament?
So you have two teams in Arkansas and LSU that I think two or the three teams with the most pro talent. They made it. Tennessee was the other one that was there. They would have made it, but they were playing against Arkansas, so only one of them could make it. And so the rest of the field is then you have some of the resourced mid-majors. We have West Coast teams like UCLA, Arizona, Oregon State. We have maybe the Gonzaga of baseball in Coastal Carolina. All of them have won titles in the last 15 years. They're all back. We had Louisville, who was the surprise of the ACC teams to make it. They are one of those sort of second-tier resource teams, but they weren't supposed to be here. They were 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th in the ACC. And then the big surprise, the Cinderella, which we didn't think they really existed in college baseball anymore, is Murray State. We had Oral Roberts 2 years ago who had some pro prospects. We have Murray State this year who has probably one guy on the whole team that will even be drafted. I had some tweets this week because I was trying to figure out why they got here. So in the postseason, Murray State has played Ole Miss, Georgia Tech, and Duke. Those teams had a combined 24 players who sat 92 or higher with their fastball. Do you want to guess how many Murray State had of those 24?
Zero.
There were 17 players on those four teams that hit a ball 109 or higher off the bat. Murray State had one of them.
That's crazy.
They are completely overmatched when it comes to big tools and pro scouting and pro prospects, but they're here, and that's why it's interesting. Like, they don't really belong. They've already completely overshot the runway in terms of their expectations, but, like, that's kind of the beautiful thing of college baseball. These guys are here, and they kind of shouldn't be, and, like, who knows how far it could go. They only have to win a handful more games.
We love a Cinderella story generally, right, in sports, but Murray State making the College World Series is truly, like, one of the biggest Cinderella stories, I think, this entire century in any college sport. It's really unbelievable given the stats that you just said. So in the same way that many of us are rooting for the Indiana Pacers, we should be rooting for the Murray State Racers. But let's move on to the MLB draft here, because that's coming up in about a month, and that changes the fortune for so many franchises. As you know, we'll talk about a couple of guys who have been high draft picks later in this episode, but we'll start with you here, Kylie, and try to bring in some more guests over the next few weeks to get people started. But I want to start with sort of a sampler here. So who are some of the players at the top of this draft that people should get to know ahead of the draft? And who's one of your favorite players in this draft, whether you think they're going to be a surefire superstar or maybe going to be a steal for a team as they drop to, a different point in that first round?
The guys that I think are of most note to the audience here, There's a couple of high school players. Generally seen as the best of those is Ethan Holiday, shortstop out of Oklahoma High School. Another one of the Holidays, obviously, his older brother is Jackson. His dad is Matt. And then the other high school player of note is Seth Hernandez, a high school righty out of a Southern California team. His high school Corona has two guys that are going to go in the top 10 picks, and then another guy that's going to get drafted later. There's an unbelievably loaded
one
high
high
school.
school.
Yes, from one high school. They have multiple.
This
They
high
have
school
an
team-
underclassman going to LSU. Like they are better than some college teams.
Yeah,
That's
this
how
high
good
school
they are.
team that has more talent than Murray State, who's at the College World Series.
So those are the two high school guys that I think are seen as candidates to go in the top two or three picks overall. And then from the college side, there's three lefties. Probably the best of the group right now is Cade Anderson, a lefty at LSU that's in the College World Series that has been trending up of late. The other two, Liam Doyle, lefty out of Tennessee. It just feels like Hell's Bells are playing every time he comes in. Welcome to the jungle. It's that kind of guy. It's just hair goes back, throwing 100 all over the place sometimes, but also dominates at a level we haven't seen since like Paul Skeens basically. And the last one is lefty Florida out of Florida State, Jamie Arnold. Those are the three college pitchers that are in that conversation. And then Ivar Arquette, the shortstop at Oregon State, who's also in the College World Series, is the best college hitter. He's also in that group. And so that's probably like the top five guys out of that group of players that is in the mix for those top few picks.
Second round. Let's do this, Taylor.
The category is 2004 walks.
Oh, this is some devilish work by you, Taylor, because we all want to put the same name. But then what happens if none of us put that name?
Just know I'm putting it.
Yeah, you called dibs.
I might just be saying that.
Yeah, no, you got it.
Or I'm putting down Barry Bonds. I'm not
Right.
sure yet.
All right.
I know who
Does
Chris
everybody
Lau
have a
put
name? Has everybody written down a name?
Yes.
Okay.
I have. Yes.
I'll start. I put A-Rod.
Well, I put down Barry Bonds.
Oh, no!
Yeah!
No!
Jeremy, you
Why didn't you do it?
You should have done
You
it.
said you were going to do it.
It's your game.
So who'd you put?
Nick Johnson.
God, you're an idiot.
June gets 232 points
Yep.
for Barry
Let's
Bonds.
go. Let's go.
This is ridiculous.
Evil putting that one in there.
Jeremy gets 80 points for Alex Rodriguez.
We have no chance at winning this game now. Okay.
Give me Nick Johnson.
And where was Nick Johnson?
Give me him.
Nick Johnson, 40 walks.
All right.
I think to Cody's slight defense,
Thank you.
my natural instinct was to put down like a hipster pick,
Right.
like Bill Miller or
Oh,
something like that.
Bill Miller.
Now you're tickling me.
See, this is why we play the game, for names
Because
like
he was a
Bill
big
Miller.
OBP guy, but then I was just like, if I want to win,
Yeah.
Nick Johnson was
obviously
a big
the
OBP.
answer is Barry Bonds.
Well, at this point, I feel like this competition is going to end up being over. But it's fine. Let's continue into
Couple
round 3.
canceled out for him in a row. We're right back in it.
We're going to be right back in it. Taylor.
2009 innings pitched.
Ooh, I like that.
I feel good about mine. It's just like
I'm a little
there's
worried.
so many guys that it's like there's like a 15-year period. I'm like, was he at the front of the
There's
thousands?
there's 3 guys on one team that I want to put on this list, and I'm not.
All right, I'm ready.
okay, I got
June,
mine.
you have your name?
My name?
I already regret mine. What's your name,
is
June?
Jamie Moyer.
Oh, that's
Strong.
a fun one.
Strong.
Okay, I have Tim Lincecum.
Johan Santana.
That's the name. I'm so glad I didn't pivot because he was the next name I was thinking of.
June, Jamie Moyer, 162 innings.
That's not bad.
Not bad. Not bad.
Chris Cody, Johan Santana, 166.2.
Wow.
Jeremy, Tim Lincecum was in the top 10 innings pitched that season. He was number 9, 225.1.
Let's go. That's my boy, Tim Lincecum. Big time Timmy Jim. Let's move on to what's going on in Major League Baseball right now and some of those prospects that you've been looking at for years who have all just come up. It's been a really good month or so here for prospects coming up in Major League Baseball. So I'm going to ask for quick notes on actually 3 different guys here. It's Roman Anthony, who's the Red Sox top prospect who just came up, and it's a huge deal. We saw what a big day it was in Boston. Then there's Jacob Misiorowski, the Brewers pitcher, who can hit 103 on the gun, and he'll be making his Major League debut tonight starting for the Brewers. And then this is just an excuse to show some of the greatest catches I've ever seen. In his first 18 games, Denzel Clark is basically Torrey Hunter in center field for the Athletics. So those 3 guys, really exciting time for baseball to have the 3 of them come up. Can I get a couple of notes on each of them?
Yeah, Roman Anthony's an easy one to get excited about. He's been the top prospect in baseball since Roki Sasaki graduated. He was a guy that's been a multi-million-dollar type player out of high school. He has a chance to hit 30, maybe even 40 homers, but currently he still hits too many ground balls, so he doesn't have that loft in his swing. But the exit velo suggests that there is, home run derby type, multiple all-star chance to be an MVP kind of talent. Probably like I'd say a medium average, maybe 250, 260 hitter. Tons of walks, really good plate selection. And then he's also a pretty good athlete, pretty good runner, can fill in center field, but is more of a good right fielder. Denzel Clark is really interesting. He's been a slow burn prospect, came from a mid-major college, has been in the minors for a little while. The scouting report has kind of always been it's plus power, plus speed, plus defense. We'll see if he can put the bat on the ball enough for any of that to matter. And so the question is, does he turn into like a defensive replacement with unbelievable tools that doesn't really hit very much? Or does he turn into like Mike Cameron? Like that would be if everything clicks, he could turn into that. And then I would argue probably the most fun. I think fans have the most fun watching these guys like Jacob Mizorowski that can just throw 103. He is 6'7", comes at you. He has a cutter, a slider, a curveball. Everything is plus to plus. It's all moving all over the place. And then this year he just magically started throwing strikes to AAA. And nobody really knows what to do with this. And the question is basically, is this guy going to be one of the better closers in the league? Or is he going to actually turn into like Zach Wheeler and the whole thing's going to click? And so this might actually be the hyped guy that they can turn into something.
This is one of the craziest, most electric arms we've ever seen in Major League Baseball. And he takes the mound tonight. Let's move to our star of the week. And Kylie, you may not know this. We've been calling this a golden era in Major League Baseball for superstars. And I'm actually going to throw three of them at you. Normally we're making our guests choose between two, but it's been such a ridiculous week and such a ridiculous season for all three of these guys. I'm going to throw each of three players and a stat at you, and then you're going to focus on one of them as we move forward. So there's my guy, Tarek Skubal, with the Detroit Tigers. He's gone 6-0 with a 1.61 ERA, 13 earned runs, and 72 2/3 innings pitched with 95 strikeouts and 3 walks across his last 11 starts.
Is that good?
That's pretty good. He might not even be as good as Paul Skeens, because there have been 90 occurrences all time where an MLB pitcher has a sub 2.1 ERA and 80-plus strikeouts through 13 starts of a season. Paul Skeens in 2025 is the only one of those to have a losing record in Pittsburgh. He's 4-6 over that stretch. This is a guy with an ERA under 2 in his first 37 starts in Major League Baseball. And then there's Cal Raleigh, who we've brought up the big dumper on this show multiple times, but he continues to lead Major League Baseball in home runs, and over the last 30 days, he's first in nearly every category, and that's as Aaron Judge is having one of his sickest seasons of all time. So Cal Raleigh, Paul Skeens, Tarek Skubal, pick one, and let's focus on him.
I'm going to pick Tarek Skubal. He went in the 9th round. Like, everyone thought he was just okay. And we've seen it a couple times in the past. It doesn't happen very often. Jacob deGrom is the one that I think of the most, where there are rules about baseball and pitching where this might sound counterintuitive, but velo essentially goes up until you're around age 25, and then it starts to slowly come down. And the trick for pitchers is you have to learn as much command to make up for the velocity you lose as you get older. Tarek Skubal's velo has gone up 4 years in a row, and he's 28. He hadn't really hit triple digits, and then this year he hit 103 in like the 80th pitch of a game. Like, he's defying all of these rules. And so like at age 27, he won his first Cy Young last year. Now he's hitting new heights in velocity. I don't know how to explain any of this to anyone. Like, all of the scouting that you do, all the history you create, all of the like, well, he does this and he's good at this. It's all presumed on, well, he's not going to start throwing harder at 26, 27, and 28 and then learn a best new pitch that he wasn't throwing that much. Like, none of this stuff is supposed to happen, and he's kind of doing all of it, and that's really fascinating to me because it just kind of blows up the entire like rubric of the way that I've been taught to like judge pitchers.
Right. Tarek Skubal is the exception to the rule, and I appreciate that what you've done is basically spent this entire time giving us your expertise and then immediately undermining your own expertise by saying, I didn't think this guy who's the best pitcher in baseball was going to be any good. Kylie McDaniel, thank you very much for all of the analysis that you've given us. This was a blast. Hope to have you back sometime soon after the draft. We can catch up on all of the things that occur there and some of the prospects that come up in the meantime. But for now, let's get back to our competition with Chris and June. Taylor, what is our stat?
1997 home runs.
Jesus. 1997 home runs. Wow. Okay. What a time for home runs, because there have been 10 different guys who came to mind. But here's where I'm going. Does everybody have a name written down?
Oh, wait. I was thinking 03 for a second.
You want to take a second?
Okay, you just go.
Well, but you should probably
he
write it
needs a
down
name.
before we...
Yeah.
Okay, I got it.
All right, I'll just unveil mine first. My name was Ken Griffey Jr.
Oh, that's a good name.
Does anybody have Ken Griffey?
No.
No, I have Mark McGuire.
Great.
Chris, who do you
I
have?
just crossed out Sosa, and I put Jim Thome.
That is one of the names I was just thinking of.
Oh,
Him
that's
and Frank
pretty good.
Thomas were a couple of the
Just
names.
thinking 97
right?
Marlins versus like that.
Yeah,
that
who they were
Indian team.
playing.
Chris Cody, Jim Thome was 8th with 40 home runs.
I stink.
So you get 40 points there.
Same amount of walks as Nick Johnson.
Mark McGuire, 58 home runs
Wow.
that season.
Yeah.
Where was Sosa?
And then Ken Griffey, right behind Mark McGuire in second, 56.
Hell yeah.
Was
All
this-
right.
This was pre-Sosa, right? That was a
Sosa
good cross by me.
Sosa
was 14th.
started.
He had 36 that
Good,
year.
good.
Sosa's run
cross out.
from 98
Good cross
to
out.
Good
01
cross out by
or
me.
02 was
Good
the
cross
run
out.
for
Good
him.
cross out.
So Chris Cody, you're within 200, and luckily for you,
I'm
this
within-
category,
I'm within 203 of June. So
this category is 2,000 hits.
Hate you.
ooh, this is okay. Good. I like what you did there, Taylor.
All right, so
Hold on.
The glory.
The question that I have here is, do I want to put the name that I think was at the top of that list and potentially cancel myself out with June, because I have a feeling everyone's thinking the same thing? Or do I put a name that I just think will be on that list?
I think you should do. I think you should do whatever your heart tells you not to do. I think you should do.
You have a name?
Yeah.
You have a name, June?
I have a
going-
name.
I'm going last.
I do.
All
I'm
right.
going last.
All right. June, you go first.
My name is Nomar Garcia Parra.
Okay. My name, second time used, Derek Jeter. You have Jeter?
No.
Oh, thank God.
I went Ichiro.
Well, we're really hitting at the core of the baseball.
Who'd you go, Chris?
culture wars.
Ichiro.
Ichiro's 2001 debut.
Dude,
isn't he?
yeah, he had no hits.
2001
hits.
Rookie of the Year, Ichiro,
Yeah.
did not have a hit
Nope.
in 2000.
No, look up. No,
In
look-
Japan?
First of all, no one said we were talking about Major League Baseball.
Chris Cody could take the asterisk 153 hits anyways because it's third on this list.
Yes.
Thank
you.
Derek Jeter, 201 hits. Nomar, 197. Two solid guesses, but it clinches June to win.
June is victorious. Congratulations, June, on being a first-time champion in your first game. That's devastating because we play this every week and we both stink at it. So congratulations on your victory. Thank you for joining us for a second straight week on the Pitch Clock.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
Folks out there in the audience, temperature's starting to turn up a little bit. That means a lot of you and your families and your friends are going outside, having a perfect grill day, maybe out by the pool. Now, imagine yourself, grill side. Your veggies, your meats, they're all prepped, ready to go. Kids running around in the background, lawn, perfectly manicured to perfection. It all sounds pretty great. This sounds like a good time. Now you make that good time a Miller time, because it is all made better with a white can in your hand of that beautiful Miller Lite. Celebrating its 50th anniversary, Miller Lite. Almost 20 years have they been partnered with our show, making your good times Miller times every time out. There's just something about a perfect grilling day. Sun's out, friends show up, that first sip of Miller Lite, it just hits different. I've been stocking the cooler with Miller Lite for years on these grilling days, and for good reason. It's brewed for taste, and it's only 96 calories and 3.2 grams of carbs. This year, Miller Lite turns 50. That's 5 decades of cookouts, laughs, and ice-cold moments that never miss. It's the original light beer, and it's still my go-to. Great beer, great times. Grill on. Miller Lite. Great taste. 96 calories. Go to MillerLite.com/Dan to find delivery options near you. Or you can pick up some Miller Lite pretty much anywhere they sell beer. Cheers to 50 years of Miller Lite. Celebrate responsibly. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. 96 calories and 3.2 carbs per 12 ounces.
Why don't you go get something to eat?
before I pass out.
Yes, go get something.
I mean, he eats every 5 minutes. I mean,
I know.
Diamonds smell like pee-pee.
When Dominique is hungry, it is unbearable.
Go yellow.
That changes my notes there.
No, we've already started.
so cranky.
It's okay, Juju. It's all right. I'll bring him back at some point. We've already started here because
I'm just so resentful of Dominique and how he can eat as much as he can.
Yes, well, I wanted to discuss this for a second because he's got, and Charlie, you produce him. It's not just that he's got a crazy metabolism, just insane. It's also that he will get angry if he does not eat every 3 hours. Like it'll be and
feels like after every segment, not every 3 hours.
I don't think he gets angry about much else. I think hunger is like, he's pretty stoic.
He's not like angry. He gets like very testy. Like you can just see the entire mood change, and I have to bring him snacks. I've brought him snacks many times for recording. Like if it's like Pablo taking advantage of Dominique and making him do Pablo Torre Finds Out after he's done Get Up before he's going to do his own show, he needs to be brought a cookie in the Meadowlark New York studio.
A symphony of narcissism and ego is what the show has been called today. Juju, I'm surprised you're not exhausted after last night's merriment well into the night. The basketball purist in you, the fan in you, must love in some ways that Indiana at least provides us with the greatest thing that sports gives us, which is the surprise. If it's the underdog or the surprise are the best things. So finally, the NBA gets a story here 3 games in that is the most interesting of the stories, because it's not even as interesting if the Pacers are up 3-0. Pacers up 2-1 gets people more interested in a series that they might not have been interested in.
Right. And I got on these airwaves yesterday, and I guarantee that the Pacers would not win no more games. And now look at me, egg yolk everywhere over here.
You're not
Joker of the day.
You're not the only one, but it's the greatest thing, right? This is so special in Indiana because I said a couple of weeks ago that this is the best Pacers team there's been. It's the best Pacers team of our lifetime. And it was like, no, Reggie Miller, et cetera, et cetera. Well, this one's closer to a championship than any that has ever existed. And what they're doing over the last 64 games or so is winning at a rate that is championship level. So they are shutting a lot of people up through 3 games. Can we get to Thursday Thunder, though? Because this has been – I've hurt for Juju here. He keeps going 2 for 3. So I'm just telling you that the Thursday Thunder is a bundle, but bet these individually. Because if you were betting them individually, you'd be winning at about a 70% clip.
Kiss of death.
Well, okay,
Yep.
but fine. But fine. The last parlay of 3 legs, you know what he had? In game 1, he had OKC money line. It was the easy part of the parlay. I called him a coward for doing it.
Sure did. And right between the eyes, Halliburton.
Right at the end. Never mind. All right, let's do Thursday Thunder.
Thursday Thunder is presented by DraftKings. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Take it away, Juju.
Yes, sir. Welcome back. Welcome back. First leg of the parlay, I'm going with the reggaeton superstar himself, TJ McConnell, for over 6.5 points. Bring it to me. Nice Thunder, Roy.
That was
he
good.
Got that look in his
eyes. You guys
eyes.
had the timing right on that one. You rarely do.
The second leg, I'm going with Halliburton, over 4.5 rebounds. Give it to me, Roy. And for the last leg, I'm going with the lost DeBarge brother. You may have seen him on an R&B video. You may have seen him trotting out for the Pacers. But Ben Shepherd, over 2.5 points this Friday. Roy, give it to me.
Is that the best
Yes,
you've
sir.
heard on Shepherd? Surely a lot of people are sort of mocking that he doesn't much look like an NBA player, and it's just the mustache, and it's just the Elle DeBarge in the mustache. Have you heard any other? What's the best of the commentary the internet has given us on Shepherd?
I think that's the top one right there. A lot of people say he looked like a plumber with the Mario Luigi references. People have Photoshop hats on him. He got that mustache. You can do a lot. He definitely he can change your oil as well, like very quickly. You know what I mean? Neither here nor there.
I believe it's both here and there. I would. Can you tell me T.J. McConnell looks more like a Benedict than Benedict looks like a T.J. McConnell?
100%. And his hair stays perfect. Just like what was that, Marv Albert back in the days? Hair never moved.
Yeah, it was weird how that happened. Made you wonder.
It did make you wonder. Do you think, I meant to ask Elle Duncan this, and I did not in Elle Yes or Elle No, but the Lynx and the Liberty being this much better than everyone else, is that good or bad?
I mean, it was good until last night. The Seattle Storm actually took down the Lynx last night and gave them their first loss of the year. And I think at the end of the game, Caleb McBride forgot that they're playing for the Commissioner's Cup. So the unwritten rules where you're up by a convincing amount, but you still take that last layup at the buzzer. My sister Erica Wheeler took the layup at the buzzer. K-Mac got real mad, threw the ball, like, oh, this is unprofessional. But the Commissioner's Cup goes off a point differential. So she might have put herself in Joker of the Day contention with that technical foul.
Did we put ourselves in Joker of the Day contention with that Mark Kriegel interview?
Nah, it was okay. Like, I think the most important thing that we uncovered was Roy, as we love you, brother. We love you. You know, if anybody touch you, we got your back. But I don't know how we can call you a writer without writing any articles.
I wrote an
It's a controversial opinion, I know.
I wrote an op-ed.
After you were granted access into a writers' association, turns out, in a vacuum, most people find that odd.
We're efforting to get the committee chair.
And I know what an op-ed is, but Jeremy Taché does not know what an op-ed is. Could you please explain to him?
It's an opinion piece, an editorial.
Oh, wow. So no facts. Okay, but neither here nor there. When Dominique is in, he usually takes control of the whole show, and he likes to do a little thing at the end of each show each week, the end of show awards.
Yes.
So I want to bring that back for today. It's been a great week.
Yeah.
Why I start off today, the best revelation award today goes to Roy Likes Man Feet.
Yeah.
No, Roy does not like man feet.
Yep.
Roy does not like man feet at all. No,
You're
zero.
a big Sidney Crosby guy. I know that to be true.
No, absolutely not.
I mean, we had a show
Dead
today
serious.
that had a sentence that's never been uttered before.
Impressive.
Never
Can I give him an award out, please?
Yeah.
Yep.
Best impersonation, Charlie Kravitz's
Dan
Le
Le
Batard.
Got us off on the right foot. Got us off on the right foot.
Yeah, good start.
I'll give a Writer of the Day award to Roy.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Can we play where Colin was right?
No.
Cutest cast member goes to Roy, thanks to Elle Duncan.
Yep.
Oh, he's a little writer, baby.
Good job, bro.
Top grade goes to Chris.
Thank you.
Top grade.
There you go.
Top grade right there.
Top grade. Good job. Yeah.
Congratulations, Greg.
And the most obvious position ever taken on the show goes to Jess. Thank you very much.
Supporting Roy.
Yeah.
Really going out on a
Union.
limb there.
Yeah,
I
union.
would like to give most likable cast member Michael Ryan Ruiz. Yeah.
I don't agree with the award. I disagree.
Be like Mike. Be like Mike.
Disagree.
Be like Mike.
Get him
Absolutely
some
not.
more
Be
food
like
so he
Mike.
keeps lashing.
Be like Mike.
So he can stop.
Diamonds
lashing
smell
out.
like beep.
Chew on that
Diamonds
brisket.
look like beep. Diamonds look like beep.
Okay. Good range today from you, Dominique. Poll questions at Le Batard Show, Juju. What do you like? I thought a great revelation from last night all of a sudden was Jamel Hill telling us she's got Cher in her phone.
How did that happen?
Right.
Did she just volunteer it? Because I'd volunteer it at all times, but
But Cher in her phone, that's a shocking revelation, is it not? Do you guys have that from last night? Well, I guess I blew the punchline, so you don't have to play it. But I just, the idea that Cher was in her phone, what kind of world is Jamel Hill trafficking in as I walk through a parking garage every day after being, having my controversy with ESPN?
And you big time.
big time in Dominique Foxworth.
Well, and she said that Cher texted her. That she didn't even have the number. That
I
it
thought
was
she said that
Cher
no,
reaching out.
I thought it was a friend sent her Cher's number, which could be a prank.
Like, that's not really shared.
What do you mean I big timed you, Dominique?
So I left my computer at my hotel, and so the computer was being delivered by Uber. I'm outside waiting for my computer to be delivered. I see a handsome man drive by in sunglasses and a convertible, and I say, "What up, Dan? You didn't even turn your neck. You shot me with the chuck me the deuces. Hey, it won't roll." Like, damn. Who do you think you are?
I just didn't know it was you. I just thought somebody was shouting my name.
Oh, another day driving to work. Someone shouting my name. Hey, what's up? How's it going?
Peace sign. I'm an ally.
He's a big time writer, just like me.
I'm an ally.
Yep, that's what you do.
That kind of thing.
Yep,
No, that's what I do.
That's you, Dan.
I'm an ally.
Wait, do I have the best Dan impression of the day? I'm an ally.
It looks like we've got a league challenger for best Dan impersonation.
Charlie's already in the clubhouse.
Best Dan impersonation goes to Mike.
Yeah. Good job, Mike. Good job. Yeah. Good job, Mike. Yeah.
Big win.
Yeah.
Are you excited that college football is headed towards private equity? 80% of the audience says no, they are not.
Is there anything that you could be excited about is headed towards private equity?
It's so funny, though.
Get ready to learn PIF.
It's so ridiculous.
Was Alexander the Great a mama's boy? 90% of the audience says yes, he was.
The highlight of that interview.
You guys see that Jared Leto story?
No. What happened?
The most obvious thing ever.
Okay, look it up.
You don't really
It
have
says
to.
everything. Do you hate leftovers?
Who says
80%, right. 80% of the audience says no, they don't. And those are your polls. Also, rest in peace to Ananda Lewis, MTV VJ.
Hey, thank you for mentioning that.
Great person.
Yeah, absolutely. That was a big part of a lot of people's childhood.
Yes, sir.
Just
Also Brian Wilson.
On a lighter note, just real quick, in terms of the highlight of today's show, if you had to pick just one, the echoing and eternal babying of the pity in Elle Duncan's voice when offered that Roy wrote something. That level of condescension and honesty and vulnerability seemed to me the most honest thing that happened today, but also pathetic.
Well, at least she vocalized it instead of carrying out a first segment not doing it to his face.
41 years old, man.
41-year-old writer.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, what's up, Greg?
Damn it.